Okay. So there, thank you for accepting the call for these predictions. And this is actually the first time going with the fans, so also a big pleasure to me, you know. And right now, okay, UFC Vegas 15. You said very hard card to pick. Got to say, I agree on you.
Yeah, this one is one of the hardest cards to actually predict all the fights. There's some really close ones. There's some underdogs that have it coming in, and yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a good night.
You did a great homework, you know. Your picks and predictions mean a lot to me, and got to say, Luke Saunders versus Nathan Menace. Luke Saunders 13-3, Nathan Menace 12-1, minus 140 Saunders, plus 120 Menace. My pick is Menace. You go for it.
Yeah, so these are two really good fighters. Both have decent records. We've got Maness, who's got a 2-fight win streak, could be coming on against Luke Saunders. I like Maness. He's 29 years old. He's a little bit younger. He's got a little bit more of a reach advantage. So I'm picking him for a win by decision.
Okay. Next fight. MUDAERJI 12-4, minus 330. Malcolm Gordon 12-4, plus 270. I picked Su, but let's be honest, Malcolm has very, very powerful ground game, but it's kind of hard to take Su down.
That's it. It's going to be hard. And Su's got actually a lot of knockouts underneath his belt. He's been doing really well. But then again, I can't pick against the Canadian, so I'm going to have to go pick against I got to pick for Malcolm because he's a Canadian and so am I, so I got to pick him.
Yeah, I understand you. I have never picked against Blagoy Ivanov, so you know, I understand you as a Canadian guy. Yeah. Next fight, Jonathan Pearce, 9-4 plus 270. Kai Kamaka, 8-2 minus 330. I picked Kai.
Yeah, no, this one's going to be a little bit of a hard one. So Kai is actually going up a weight class for this fight, but I still pick him. He's taking on short notice. Jonathan Pearce is a tough guy. He's 28 years old. He's got 7 knockouts. He's pretty good. I think the odds are really favored for Kai. But having said that, I still think he's going to come out for the win. He's got, even though he's taking the fight on short notice and he's going up weight class, I still think he's going to have it though.
Definitely going to be hard. It's very hard when you switch a weight class, especially knowing Kai, who has never done that in the past. So going to be hard for sure. Next fight, GINA Mazany. Yeah?
Yeah, he's an experienced fighter. He's on a 6-fight win streak. I still think he's going to be able to bring it home.
Yeah, that's the agree on that one. GINA Mazany, 6-4, minus 150. RACHEEL OSTOVICH 4-5 plus 130. Honestly, listen, I've got nothing personal against RACHEEL, but I just don't think she belongs to the UFC, so I picked GINA.
This is a toss-up. We've got GINA, who's lost 3 of her last 4 fights. She's got a 6-4 record. And then Rachel, who's 29. She's in her prime, but I just don't see her coming out with a win. So I'm picking GINA as well.
Yeah. Next fight. Well, this fight is pretty much emotional for me. Martin Day 8-4 minus 170. Anderson dos Santos 28 plus 150. I'm also Taekwondo black belt just like Martin, and Martin was my guest, so kind of very hard to pick against him, but I know Dos Santos is a skillful opponent. It's going to be a war, and it depends whether it remains standing or goes to the ground, right? I picked Day, but...
This is it. I mean, Anderson's got 20-8 record. He's an experienced guy. I don't see him losing. I mean, I like Martin Day a lot, but I think at 32 years old, he is going to be the bigger man. But he's coming off a 2-fight losing streak. His last fight was in 2020, and then he's got another one in 2018. So he has not been. I'm picking Dos Santos in this one.
Okay. Ashley Evans Smith 6-4 minus 120. Norma Dumont 4-1 plus 100. People will say I'm insane, but I picked Norma.
Which fight are we talking about now?
Ashley Evans Smith versus Norma Dumont.
Oh, geez. I think that's the opening bout. Ashley Evans Smith against Norma Dumont. Ashley Evans Smith 6-4. She's got 3 wins by KO, 3 by sub. And her last fight was a loss against Andreas February 2019. I'm going to pick Norma on this one as well. I've got her winning by sub in round 2. But this one is, honestly, this one's going to be a toss-up. It's going to be really close.
I'm a big fan of Evan Smith, but people haven't watched Norma much, and I watched 2 of her fights, and I can tell you one thing: she's got a great gas tank.
Yeah, and I think she's just a younger, hungrier fighter for this matchup.
Yeah, I'm only picking her due to gas tank because I'm very much worried about Evan Smith gas tank.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I don't see Ashley Evan Smith coming ahead in this one.
Spike CARLYLE 9-2 minus 165 versus Bill Algeo 13-5 plus 145. This is super tough to pick. Honestly, I picked CARLYLE, but I'm very unsure. You?
Yeah, I don't even want to touch this one with a 10-foot pole. This is a tough fight. I know Spike, of his last fight, he did have some cardio issues. He won the first 2 rounds as far as I'm concerned, and that last round he just ran out of gas quick. I know that's not going to be a problem for Bill. Bill's the more experienced fighter here. It's a toss-up. Just because of the cardio, I'm going to pick Bill in this one because I think Bill ALGEO is just got the more experience. I don't know if he's going to pull it off, though. This one is a scary bet. I would keep my money off of that one.
I would also skip that fight if I really have to pick, but I would gladly skip it. Now the next fight: MICUEL BAEZA 9-0 minus 155, Takashi Sato 16-3 plus 135. Hard one. I picked BAEZA because I think he is on a roll right now, but I watched Sato's last fight. He was good. He surprised me in his last outing.
Yeah, so Miguel is he's from Florida. He's a 28. He's the one who won on the Contender Series. He is an animal. Now, mind you, Takashi has got a 16-3 record, and most of the guys that he's got on his record are actually pretty good. This is another one where I don't think it's going to go the whole way. I'm going to pick BAEZA to win in the first round by TKO. I think he's going to pull it through. I don't think Takashi's got the chin. We'll see what happens, though. Another scary fight for the bookies, though.
But now the scariest fight on the whole card: Amir Albazi 13-1 versus Zhalgas Zhumagulov 13-4. I got to tell you, odds are even, but I watched Zhumagulov at Fight Nights Global because we have it here on TV. I'm at my dad right now, and he has that promotion on TV. And I watched Zhalgas. He was defeating some very powerful names. We have that Russian promotion. And people constantly criticize me, telling, listen, Albazi is good. Okay, Albazi is a great fighter. But Zhumagulov fought some very, very, very big names. So I gave very slight edge to Zhumagulov. But anyway, if Albazi drags him to the ground.
I don't think he lost his last fight either. I think Zhalgas has got a really good chance at this. I like Amir, though, and if you look at the odds, they're almost even. You can almost take a coin and toss it. I am an Amir fan. I think he's got I think he might have the BJJ advantage. I know Zhalgas is going to have the wrestling advantage. He is tough. He is a tough guy. But I'm going to pick Amir in this one because I've seen Amir fight. He's got some great moves. He's got an amazing Kimura. So he's got some skills. So I'm picking Amir to win in this one. But once again, really, really close fight.
I'll definitely back you up. Amir is definitely better with BJJ. We've got Zhalgas better in clinching and clinch throws, and it just depends whether Zhalgas is gonna slam him to the ground and say get up. But Zhalgas doesn't do that. That's the problem.
I think because Zhalgas is so heavy on the ground, if he gets him down and gets on top of him, it'll be a quick night. But I think Amir is fast enough to be able to avoid that takedown, and his BJJ skills will bring him through. But once again, a really tough fight to call.
Super tough fight. Now the next one is Josh PARISIAN versus Parker Porter. 13-3 for Josh PARISIAN, minus 230. Parker Porter 10-6 plus 190. Parker Porter was my guest, but listen, he's a great guy, but I'm worried about his cardio issues. So that's the reason why I picked PARISIAN.
I think this is one you can bet the house on. Josh Parisian, he's got 7 fights in the last 2 years. Like that's a busy fighter. He's 13-3 right now. I've got him in first round TKO. I don't think Porter's got a chance in this fight. I don't even think it's going to go to the second round. So yeah, this is one that I would put money on Josh. This could be a good fight for him. It's a good setup for him, and I just don't think Parker's got what it takes to win.
Now the next one, Anthony Smith 33-16 versus Devin Clark 12-4. Minus 140 for Anthony, plus 120 for Devin. Well, let's be honest. Anthony Smith didn't look good against Alexander Rakic, and Devin Clark is not much of a different opponent than Alexander. He will try to sprawl and brawl. He will try to go forward and brawl. On the other side, I'm kind of worried about Anthony's brawling ability. That's why I think Clark wins this one.
Yeah, this one's hard for me too. I mean, you've got Anthony Smith. He's 32 years old, and 32 years old shouldn't be that old, but he's an older 32. Like he's had a really tough couple fights. He fights all the big names. I think ever since he lost his teeth, he's been a different fighter. But yeah, I mean, he's coming off 2 losses to Rakic and Teixeira. His last fight was his last win was against Gustafsson, and that was in 2018. He's a gatekeeper of the division. I just don't. Devin Clark is an up-and-comer, and Devin Clark has that cardio, and his style of just grabbing you and pushing up against the fence and just grinding you for 15 minutes. And he's got the cardio to be able to do it. He's got the legs to be able to do it. He's really hard to take down. I mean, the guy's built like a tank. He's really jacked. So I'm picking Devin Clark because he's at the peak of his career right now. And as much as Anthony Smith, I love him dearly. He was a great fighter in his prime, but I just don't think he's got what it takes now. I think he's on his way out. I think this is, after this fight, he should be another one of those fighters that should be looking to retire.
That's absolutely. Now the main event of the evening. Curtis Blades 14-2, 1-0 contest, minus 345. Derrick Lewis 24-7, 1-0 contest, plus 285. Well, I can't say I'd bet my house on Curtis Blades because Lewis has very big, very great punch power, but I think Blades will out-wrestle Lewis.
Yeah, I think if you look at Derrick Lewis's opponents, he's had guys who just kind of plod along and try and push you around, and you can't push Derrick Lewis around. He's a big guy. But I have it the same way. I think Curtis Blades, I think he's going to be able to, he's got better footwork. I think he's going to be able to move around. He's going to be able to put Derrick Lewis where he wants to be. And if Curtis Blades gets on top of you, that's 265 pounds of good wrestler who is not going to move, and you're not going to be able to, you're not going to be able to move him. So I've got Curtis Blades winning this one in by KO in round 2 as well.
There's only one thing I'm worried about Lewis. If you watched match between him and Blago Ivanov, you know when he locked the Americana, he exploded off his hips and defended the Americana in round 2. And I even threw a flag back then.
Yeah, it is. I just don't think Lewis is going to have the cardio, and I don't think. I mean, I haven't checked, but I don't know how many 5-round fights Lewis has. But this is another one who's not going to go the distance, and yeah, I just don't think Lewis is going to have what it takes.
Lewis can't last for 3 rounds. About 5-round war, I've never watched him, so I can't give my opinion on that. But I doubt his cardio is going to last. On the other side, Curtis Blades' cardio is not bad for a heavyweight, right?
He's pretty decent for heavyweight. I mean, he's not my favorite heavyweight, but he can still move, and he's still got a lot of power, and he's got some good wrestling skills as well. So I think with that arsenal, he's going to bring home the win.
Yeah, definitely. So we've been through whole card. Thank you for being here. And anyway, this is the first time interacting with fans, so I should definitely put some more shows like this.
Well, I'm nervous, but I hope we do it again sometime.
No problems. Anytime we're ready. Thank you so much for this, and catch you all next time. Video will be on tomorrow.
Sounds good. Take care.